What's good? I'm already back. You know how it is. When I do one vid, I gotta do another vid real quick. I forgot to mention this in my last video, and this video is gonna basically be about the NBA refs, which I want to talk about. And already this year, I'm already hearing some of that LeBron BS. Um, some of the excuses from these commentators. Charles Barkley once again starting early. All right, and I believe it was that first game. Let me just talk about that Miami Celtics game. I can't believe I forgot to even talk about this in my other video. There was some plays down towards the end of the game that were like, you know, when it comes close to crunch time, there's some calls first of all that the referees just have to make right, and that offensive foul, which was an offensive foul against Paul Pierce. I mean, LeBron just ran right through him. All right, and the referees called blocking foul. I mean, seriously, come on. I don't understand how you got to get that right already. You know, seriously. I don't know if it's because it was LeBron or what, or these referees just forgot about the rules. I don't know what it is. And then I'm listening to the game afterwards, and Charles Barkley is talking, and he basically said, oh, that did, it didn't really, that was a questionable call, whatever. And then, he said bad call, I think, or the rest or whatever. Kenny Smith said, yeah, that was offensive foul. But then Charles Barkley said, but it doesn't matter. He's still a great player. It's like, my God, it doesn't matter that they got the call wrong because it was LeBron. Little things like that you don't really hear, a lot. And it's like, why when it comes to LeBron, we got to hear these excuses and these, it doesn't matter that was the wrong call. He's still, but to me, of course it matters, I mean, they still lost. They understand they still lost the game, but you never know. Things like that could bring a team back when you get these wrong calls. And not for nothing, these referees, they've been in the league for a while now. They know. All right, what a call is. I'm tired of these referees are not being consistent. It's always, one game, this is the rule. The next game, this is the rule. It's like, what's the foul already? Blocking foul and offensive foul. They always seem to get wrong a lot. I can't stand that. They always seem to get that wrong. What you call it? And another thing I can't stand is it's like teams really can't play hard no more. And especially like when you're trying to rebound the ball. That's why I love NBA back in the days. I mean, I think about Bulls, Knicks. With Starks and Ewing and Joe, and they were throwing each other all over the place. They were throwing elbows. I mean, back then you really had to do something to get a technical foul. All right, now it's like you can't even go. You can't even stare. You get a technical, you get thrown off for anything. But back then you had to like knock out someone's tooth to get a damn tech. All right, I mean it was just more aggressive. You could box out more. Now it's like if you get a rebound and you barely touch the person, it's a foul. I mean, the referees really messed up the game of basketball, and it's not fair because these players work hard. They're superstars. We want to see a good game, and it's like the referees dictate what happens in the NBA in the game. And it's not fair. These referees are not out there. They never play the game. This is just their job. They know the game by the book. They don't know the game. They know the game by the book. They don't know the game by because they played it. So I'm tired of that, especially when these people be flopping, and they call it offensive foul. Come on already. You know the rule. I'm glad that they're looking more into the head fake, and then they put their shoulder in to draw the foul. They're not really trying to call that as much because that's fake. That's bull. They're the ones trying to get the contact. So I'm glad they're looking into more of that. But there's a lot of things these referees got to change, and I don't know, man, but more hearing about this LeBron stuff, and I just heard so many excuses that first game, like, oh, so, and he still does the same thing. He still walks. He still just runs into the person, for the offensive foul, and it's like, they just keep giving him excuse after excuse after excuse. It's crazy, but whatever. All I gotta say is, these referees, they, like I said, they ruin the game. A lot, they ruin. I know it's hard because you gotta keep up, you gotta have your eyes open, but that's your job, and not for nothing. That's what you got the replay for. I know there's rules against using the replay, but they should use it then. Especially that was it last Christmas or the other Christmas where not Miami, Cleveland and Lakers played on Christmas Day, and the crowd, the Laker fan, were throwing stuff on the floor. That game was very questionable. very questionable. The referees messed up that game, and it was messed up because you know you want to see a fair game. All right, you don't want to see a game dictated by the refs. You want to see it go down to the wire if it has to. If it's a blowout, it's a blowout. If it's not, it's not. But let the game be the game. And I don't understand the rule of now it's playoff time, so they let them play harder. NBA basketball is basketball, whether it's preseason, whether it's regular, whether it's post season, playoffs, finals. You let them play the same way in every game. All right, because what? So now the rules change a little because it's playoffs. I don't know why they always say that. Oh, it's playoff time. They let them play harder. Why? They should let them play hard no matter what. I don't think that's right. Just because it's playoff time, now you can play hard. Now you could play more aggressive. Now you could do the certain things you couldn't do before. I don't understand that. So I think it should just be the same. So like I said anyway in my last video, Lakers again. So I'm over here playing NBA 2K right now. That's my player. So it's hard. It's kind of hard. I spoke about. Did I speak about that before? It is kind of hard because you gotta basically like really make good passes and good plays, and they take away points for everything. I mean, they give you like it's like grades, and if you make a bad pass, you go down to a D. You miss a shot, D minus. So it's hard. It's hard to get to that A and stay there, but it does teach you how to be a better player. So my player and the Jordan stuff is what makes this game good. Other than that, like I said before, my other video 2K, it's the same crap like every year. But anyway, just wanted to get that off my chest. Mr. Funny Man 100. I'm gonna come at y'all with some more PS3 stuff, some games. I didn't forget about that, so I'ma holla.